out and that she doesn't remember her name. The ringmaster King gives her a name. It's this little machine that's kind of like a casino. And so she's trying to figure out like, hey, there's this exit door. I saw this exit door. King denies it, and she's wanting like, but she's just all she wants to do is leave. We get to a point where one of the characters, Jax, Ragatha, and Pomni end up meeting this other character that we didn't see. He didn't show up for the song introducing all the characters. It was like a cardboard cutout. So you have that going on where there's also this in-house adventure. These adventures are things that they do kind of like on a daily basis because there's no actual day or time, like the sun doesn't rotate or whatever. So it's kind of creating this false sense of like routine and daily structure. But anyways, they have these daily or semi-regularly adventures to help keep them stimulated mentally and whatnot. So you have that going on. And one of the characters, Zoobles, ends up getting taken away by the Gloink Queen, which makes no sense. And I'm going to explain that. But that's going to be going down too much of a rabbit hole. Anyway, so now you have Jax, Ragatha, and Pomni over here trying to meet the person who didn't show up, Kaufmo. And he has done this thing called abstracted, which is when you kind of give up on life and you turn into this, like, I don't know, glitchy looking creature. And Jax is like, peace out, I'm not sticking here for this. Which leaves Pomni and Ragatha to deal with the abstracted Kaufmo, who then proceeds to attack Ragatha and chases after Pomni. Pomni, as kind as she is, she went back and checked on Ragatha and to try to help her, but she's just glitching and she can't touch her because then she'll start glitching and whatnot. And so in looking for King to help Ragatha, she ends up finding this exit door and trying to leave. While on the other side, during the in-house adventure with the Gloink Queen, they are trying to figure out how to get Zooble back. And they're just kind of chilling and watching the Gloink Queen. And then Kaufmo kind of falls down. And then it was resolved. Actually, I'm not really sure what the point of that adventure was, but it apparently got resolved. And at the end, Pomni realizes that she can't escape. She almost goes into the void, but King brings her back. Acknowledges, I made it out the door, but you know me, I don't like unfinished projects. And so it ends with like this banquet and her just kind of looking like she's not tweaking, but she's looking like she's, I don't know, kind of breaking in her head, clicking. That's not the word. Cracking? Whatever. So yeah, my very tangenty synopsis of the first episode. So I normally don't like to pathologize people in terms of mental disorders. That maybe like the whole decolonize thing, and that's a whole topic for another day. But I definitely did see things from like a therapist lens. Now I've been watching this not so much from a therapist lens like this whole time. Like maybe there's some nerdy therapist moments, but like really I'm just watching it as like a consumer of, niche animation. I don't know. But when I was requested, like this was the idea to be brought up for content, it was really interesting watching it like with therapist lens, and I did see things that like I talk about in my practice. So one of the things that I saw was this the process of grief, because there's so much grieving in the first episode, and